Hi, in this video tutorial, we'll be looking at how to use Siphon to send the video frames from a processing sketch into VDMX. To begin, we're going to go into the File menu under Examples, and if you've already installed Siphon, you'll find under the Contributed Libraries section here some examples for Siphon. And there are two that are relevant to this tutorial, the Send Frames and the Send Screen. We're going to start by looking at the Send Screen example, and if we were to just run this one, we get this cube rendering over gray. And if we switch over to VDMX and go to New Project, under Layer Source, we could go to Siphon, and there we get our cube. We could add an effect onto this, say a dot screen. One thing we might want to do, since Siphon can support transparency, is we can go into our processing sketch and modify it a little bit so that instead of sending a background color of 127 gray, we could send something that's totally transparent. Let's build and run this now. And one thing that's nice is we can actually hide that composition, and it'll still continue to output out for Siphon. And now you'll see that we have a black background and the dot screen is just here. And if we want to display this over something else using transparency, we can choose another source and change the top layer into OpenGL over mode. And now we have our cube with its dot screen being rendered over some other background. The next thing we'll want to do, we'll hide VDMX, is apply the same idea to another processing sketch. So let's go under some of the other examples. I really enjoy this Particles from Dan Schiffman. So if we were to just build this one and run it, it looks like this, and it tracks your mouse, so you can actually draw a little bit with particles. But by default, this won't show up in VDMX as a Siphon source. What we'll need to do is some very minor modifications. Go under here. We'll need to grab these first two lines where we import the Siphon library and where the Siphon server is declared. We just paste those into this. We also need this section here where we actually create our Siphon server. And we'll give it a different name, so we'll call this one Particles. Lastly, we're going to need to copy the part where it actually sends the screen over, so we'll do that. One other detail in this case is we might not want the FPS meter, so we'll take the text bit out here. We'll save this. Since this is an example sketch, it's marked as read-only. We'll need to make a copy, so we'll call this Particles-Siphon maybe. Save it. And now, let's run it. And we can do our drawing here with our mouse. And if we tab over to VDMX, go under our layer sources, there it is, Siphon, Particles. And once again, you can see that this one has a background of 0 because it's drawing black. So let's make that one minor change again. We'll go here, change the background to 0, 0, 0, 0, save it and run. And now our particles are drawing over our background in VDMX. So that's a very basic example of what you can do with processing and VDMX together. Thanks for watching.